The definition of an icon is a person or a thing regarded as a representative symbol or as a worthy of veneration. No doubt that almost of all the football clubs contain at least one footballer that was considered an icon or the iconic status. Some footballers go as far as be the representative of their clubs. Like you think of clubs, you instantly associate them with that footballer. For instance, you can't say AC Milan without Pablo Maldini, Barcelona without Lionel Messi, Man United without Beckham or Cristiano Ronaldo. But along the way, there were a handful of footballers that were under the fan favorite category, either showing lots of flair, creativity and flashy playstyle, or their approach to football together with their club was something to appreciate. Or even in some ways, their private life drama was much more of an attraction than on the pitch. However, in a certain circumstance, they were not in many conversations as an icon for the teams. Instead, many people goes "I forget" narrative to these footballers. So in this video, we'll have a look on these fan favorite footballers, but were forgotten icons for their club. In case you didn't know, what is up ladies and gentlemen, I'm Marvin, codename CM. Welcome to the United channel once again. If you in any shape or form stumble into this channel and somehow some way like this kind of content, do please like, share and subscribe to this channel, as each of your precious subscription will be a massive motivation for me to upload new content. And don't forget to ring the notification bell for every new upload. With that said, let's get straight into the video. First footballer or the player that was in the thumbnail, Podolski. The Poland-born German footballer has an illustrious career. Anyone looking to discuss a good number of highly lauded strides on the soccer field or football field should look no further. Emerging as a promising teenager with FC Cologne, is a technically strong and often score great goals. Given Podolski contains some of the best finishing and shooting power, clocking at 160 km per hour. When he transferred to Bayern Munich in 2006, playing alongside with some of the great Bayern players like Ribery and Müller, were at the start of this football ring, bringing in titles in cups, Bundesliga titles, and probably the most prestigious award. His already celebrated career, he together with Germany won the FIFA World Cup Championship in 2014. However, with Bayern, Podolski was not on a successful terms with the Bavarian due to hefty competition within the club. On the forwards like Luca Toni and Klose was a preferred partnership, since he received less playing time. Hence, he returned to Cologne on a 4-year contract with a reported fee at around 10 million euro. When Ingrid, under the initial slow start in his first season, the next two seasons was spectacular, scoring 32 goals despite the team relegation to the second Bundesliga. When Podolski scored 18 goals in 29 league Bundesliga appearances, out of respect for his loyalty and achievement for the club, FC Cologne chose to retire his famous number 10 shirt as long as he is an active football player. When on the 30th April 2012, it is officially announced that Podolski will have signed for Arsenal for a long-term deal for an undisclosed fee. When at Arsenal, Podolski quickly emerged as a fan favourite because of his ability to hit spectacular volleys and long-range goals. He, along with Cazorla and Walcott, formed a formidable Arsenal forward line, where all three have fair share of their impressive feature, full of creative link-up, scoring and pace. Podolski, having 31 goals with the Gunners, helped Arsenal won the FA Cup and Community Shields. When after 14-15 season, particularly Podolski won the World Cup, the acquisition of Mesut Ozil, Sanchez and Welbeck, the Arsenal forward line became increasingly pacey and all-action, in which was a following trend for the Premier League requirement. Podolski, who is not widely recognised for his high work rate, was gradually left out, thus he moved to other clubs. But in his club level, with the national team, the 130 times he represented Germany on the international platform, he managed to score 49 goals, all which were great. While in Poland, Podolski was part of the team both in playing ability and participate in the social activities for the younger generation players, as the German striker was famous for his scoring ability not just in the World Cup but also on the club level, but is now one of the forgotten footballers. The second player, Arturo Vidal. The Chilean, considered one of the rare elite footballers, came out of Chile, whereby it was not traditional a strong football nation, along with Alexis Sanchez. Arturo Vidal, a defensive midfielder nicknamed the Warrior or King Arthur for his aggressive approach and high work ethic, versatile midfielder capable to participate in both offense and defense. Besides his signature mohawk hairstyle plus intimidating looks, strikes fear to any player. Hence, he was most effective or often played the base of midfield, break the attack. But he was most than capable and not limited to defensive duties. Rather, his strong or highly rated ball carrying made him an underrated Mazzella, thus to start the position out wide, then start into the midfield, help bring up the play. Also, his name has been all around some of the world's biggest clubs. Beginning his career in Colo-Colo of Chile, in which there was no doubt about Vidal's quality and his ability to fit into any position in the field, was first presented. He later penned his crossover to Bayer Leverkusen, making him not only one of the complete midfielder in general in German Bundesliga, but also among the Europe best. 2011 came, he signed for the Italian giants of Juventus under 10 million euro, whereby he offered probably his prime years along with Andrea Pirlo, Claudio Maximo, and Paul Pogba in the central midfield. Brought Juventus to one of the Europe's best teams in football history. What brought to Juventus to 4 consecutive Serie A titles and played a key role to the clubs reaching a 2015 UEFA Champions League final that eventually lost to Real Madrid. Also, another highlight for his illustrious career includes the success at Bayern Munich and Barcelona, where he almost won all of the league titles in his tenure with them, apart from the last season with Barcelona. But funny enough, in the 2019-2020 season, VIdal mentioned ahead of the Champions League match against his former club Bayern Munich in the quarterfinals, Bayern will be playing against the best team in the world, Barca. And then he added they aren't playing some of the random Bundesliga team. It's going to be a proper football game. They better be ready for us because we are looking forward for the challenge. However, the match ended before the infamous embarrassing 8-2 defeat, in which was the last match with the club. Since then, VIdal was slowly faded out of the top level football, went back to Inter Milan and Brazil, and VIdal has now returned to Colo-Colo, which is birth club, and after moving around various clubs in Chile. But even though his football did well to scoring free kicks, our movement or motivation for the football are still strong and convincing. But to the young players and Colo-Colo, the presence of their icon, a player that had experience playing in the top level or the Premier Leagues of football, is a moral boosting. As for other top clubs, his player but his status might not be as iconic as their star players, but his all-around playstyle and engine make him a fan favourite, but sadly a forgotten one. Thus player Ivan Rakitic. As mentioned earlier, if Barcelona football was named, you immediately think of Lionel Messi, but their midfield was nothing short of exception. The trio of Xavi, Iniesta and Busquets was easily the best midfield trio of all time. But in 2014, the retirement of Xavi left Barcelona a massive hole within the midfield. Robbing of injury, Iniesta had started to decline at that period. This meant that Barcelona was in desperate need of quality reinforcement in the midfield area, and big money was invested over the summer to boost the midfield. With the addition of Arthur and Malcolm and also Arturo Vidal, the trio was yet to make an impact with the season opening weeks, save for the last 2 starts by Arthur, resulting in Barcelona once again lean on to Ivan Rakitic. The Croatian has occupied multiple roles in the Barcelona midfield: a willing defender, gifted facilitator either via the dribble or excellent vision and passing ability, with on occasion a weapon in the attack. It's the versatility along an outstanding feel for the game. This made him indispensable to this era of Barcelona football. Beyond this, however, his personality and attitude has enabled him to succeed alongside with some of the world's most dominant players and personalities. Perhaps the most importantly, a selfless individual given the role he is asked to play for. He is not a player that consumed by pursuit individual glory. Furthermore, his Iron Man-like availability. Rakitic has been a workhorse for the Blaugrana, appearing in not fewer than 51 La Liga and Copa del Rey Champions League games in the season, often clocked top 3 appearances in any Barcelona footballers. He, along with Barcelona, helps continue their dominance, won the 14-15 treble, a number of Copa del Rey and La Liga titles. However, Rakitic had been underappreciated by majority of the Catalan faithful and horribly mistreated by the selective few. And there was a several reasons. Rakitic came in Barcelona just before both Xavi and Iniesta, best midfielder of all time responsible, brought Barcelona to the most dominant period. Rakitic, on the other hand, expected to come in and direct replacement, but instead he had to compromise the MSN, whereby the forward line has been so dazzling, entertaining the attacking flow with ability to interchange position and drop to the midfield. This meant that Rakitic had to vary his playstyle from a creative midfield in Sevilla to a defensive holding one, and he did that with the most consistent way. But in some Barcelona eyes, they were not pleased with this style. Instead, Rakitic was heavily played down by many fans, wanted him gone in the transfer window, while on the other side of things, white fans was much more favoured with Arthur, a much more adventurous and flashy midfielder. In spite of that long run perspective, Rakitic, many pundits or even coaches has voiced their appreciation that the Croatian was the most underrated player within the club. He was not the most eye-catching player, but provided the most consistent performance, unlike a steady engine kept the floor of Barcelona. This made Rakitic almost to no sub-off, illustrated his importance for the team. Unfortunately, with time passed, more and more people started to appreciate the privilege of having a workhorse-type footballer. And Rakitic right now has been on par, and should be on par with Barcelona greats given his contribution, yet he's more of a forgotten icon. That's the end of the video. What do you guys think? Do you agree the mentioned footballers being the forgotten icons, but their status was loved by fans, or do you have other things, other people in mind? Comment down below so they can have a discussion. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you all in the next one.